Forget about it, is what they was just singing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to United Review, I guess. That was fucking shit, wasn't it?
It was a little bit.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.
A long sort of line of the same game happening over and over again, isn't it?
Way up. Music's on.
Oh, hello.
My bad.
It's just the same game. It just feels like Groundhog Day, doesn't it?
Patreon massive. Do you want to get your questions in? Because I'm going to come to you guys for the questions and all that kind of caper. Do you know what? I'll start with a question. So,
Go on.
Clement says, why the hell didn't you bet on Brandon getting a yellow card? I've been telling everybody, excuse me, got burpees. Brandon's more likely to get a yellow card than anything. Said to Rob, more likely to get a yellow card than get a goal.
Why is he known for that?
Fucking walking yellow card. I think he's currently banned from the academy.
Is he?
I think he's on a 2-3 match ban for getting sent off the other week. Yeah, he's a walking fucking lunatic, isn't he? I'll tell you a little story about Brandon Williams. You know, Dom, our little resident designer.
I do know him, yeah.
Last year, Brandon came round for a little bit of FIFA. Dom was absolutely dicking him.
Really?
And he rage quit in person.
Really? See, that's what you want. That's the competitive
That is the
edge.
competitive nature that you want.
And
He's fucking well seen his arse.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
well funny.
And that's probably what made him get to that ball quickly, that then sort of led to the goal. That
Beat me on FIFA, you
yeah,
fuck.
this.
That's
I'm getting it.
That's exactly what went down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought Brandon was a bit of a ray of sunshine in that. I thought he had a very assured game. Instantly overtaken Ashley Young for me.
Yeah.
Which was obviously a tough question I had to weigh up in my head for all of about a second and a half.
Yeah, I was thinking that you might have really had to ponder over that one, whether you liked him more than you like Ashley Young.
Yeah.
I thought he looked good.
I absolutely fucking do like him more than I like Ashley Young as well. Well, let's go attribute by attribute. He's quicker.
Yeah.
His positioning's better.
Yeah.
Tackling's better.
Yeah.
Crossing's better.
Probably, yeah.
Getting shithouse bookings is better.
Definitely.
So what does Ashley Young bring to the table?
Experience.
What does experience mean? Because his decision making ain't better.
Yeah, I know.
He's not better.
I know. I get it. I agree with you.
Okay.
I thought he was good. And good as well, considering he's
So
not
captain
been...
against Arsenal, is that what we're saying?
Probably, what, Young?
No.
Because Young might well be.
I mean, let's be honest, Young probably will be.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be honest with ourselves.
To say he's not even been near the squad this season as well, I thought he looked really good, like you said. One of the few promising sparks in the team. Do you know who I thought was good when he came on? Dan James. He's probably our best player.
Again, Dan James does.
All.
He's very direct, but still that end product isn't there for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Obviously, he didn't get a goal and the end product wasn't there necessarily. But I think when he came on, we looked more likely to score. We were getting him behind more. His speed is just... Even compared to like Greenwood, who I thought, again, looked quite good. But in the first half, he had that chance where he didn't quite pull away from his defender, Greenwood, when he was sort of through on goal. But Dan James is just so quick and he just pulls away from everyone.
His fucking speed's absolutely outrageous. And that's maybe where I would like to see him played more often, coming off on the bench and having an impact like that towards the end. But because we've got no fucking players, he has to start. And that's the same people are going, you've got to drop Marcus. Maybe. I mean, not necessarily, but maybe. Well, who are you going to fucking play instead? Continue to be underwhelmed with Chong in the first team. Thought Pereira was decision-making very poor because here's the problem with him. In terms of skill and ability, he does have it, and that's kind of what... I'm not angry, I'm disappointed, Andreas, because I know you've got the ability, but your decision-making's fucking pony.
Yeah.
And how many shots do you have? How many shots? Hang on, can I actually throw this out here?
Too many.
If you look at how United score goals, it's fucking terrible at the minute. There's no system to how we score goals, right? We'd all agree on that, wouldn't we? No system to how United score goals. In the warm-up, what do you see United doing?
I don't know. What do you see United doing?
I'll tell you what you see
Go
United
on,
doing.
tell me.
What you see United doing is you see the goalkeeping coach and some other guy that I don't know who he is. They're laying the ball off to someone. All the players are lined up. This is like some under-9 shit that you're doing. Not a Premier League football team. And do you know what? I'll be honest and say I haven't paid enough attention to the opposition, but I'm fucking going to next week. And they'll lay it off left or right, like you would for your fucking under-9s team.
Yeah.
And they're hitting it from 25 and 30 yard out. On an expected goals, you're looking at a 3 or 4% chance. Now, that's the only shooting practice that United do. Now, when you look at what Manchester City do in terms of scoring goals, that systematic goal where it's come along the byline and they're aiming passes at the penalty spot.
People underlapping inside and they're pulling it
Bingo.
back.
Now, wouldn't that be better as a little finishing drill to finish the warm-up?
Yeah.
To have nice little tap-in shots? because when I look at United play, I see so many of them fucking hopeful 25-yard bullshit shots off, especially from Pereira, Pogba. So, who the fuck else had one? Lingard had one. Yeah. Pogba had one. Fred had about fucking 9. Rojo had fucking 22 of them. Crosses the halfway line, and they're like, don't shoot. And he's like, shoot! Sound!
I'm looking up. The goal is off his line. He's not. He is. He's hit it.
Yeah, we're having a shot, lads. Don't worry about it.
We get to the edge of the box, and I think it's because we don't know what to do. Like I said, there's no systematic way that we score goals. We try and play... The amount of crosses we've put in the last 3 or 4 games to strikers that can't win headers. Like, why is that what we're doing? Chipping balls in over and over again. It's no wonder they're hitting shots from the edge of the box because we don't know what else to do. We don't know what to do. There's no runs. There's no system of play.
And here's the nightmare. When one of them flies in, it kind of justifies all the other shots that you've had. But it's 1 in 50.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like Pereira scored one last season, didn't they?
Yeah, and they're spectacular goals that people remember, but they're bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. And they skew the way that we make chances, and they make that player more likely to hit from that range next time. And it's like just a downward spiral, isn't it?
It's a hopeful bullshit. Like I said, 3-4% shot.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you're someone who's incredibly talented at that kind of goal, like I said, talking about City, like Kevin De Bruyne, maybe that's a 10% shot for him. But even then, that's not the way they score most of their goals.
If I make you a sandwich, and I say it's a 97% shit sandwich and 3% ham, are you prepared to call that a ham sandwich?
I do like ham. I'll take the risk. I'll take it. I'll Rojo it.
Arsenal up next. Yeah. 2 inconsistent as fuck teams. One with a shocking defence and a good attack, and one with technically what's meant to be on paper at least a good defence. If Ashley Young doesn't play, and a misfiring attack in United. It's going to be a battle of who's got the shittest midfield.
Yeah, it's like some sort of Greek fucking like project that like the movable force against the stoppable object or whatever it is. Like we're both just not that good, but in different ways. It's probably going to be
fucking depressing.
0-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun, won't it?
Why didn't Gomez play? Was on the bench. I don't think he was on the bench. No, he wasn't on the bench.
It wasn't.
Is the system Ollie's fault or because of player quality? Both. No, I think when Ollie came in, he wanted us to press from the front and he wanted us to tighten up at the back. And I wonder, I don't know the answer to this, I can only ponder. I wonder if they've worked hard on the press and hard on the tightening up at the back and had to neglect, because there's only a certain amount of training hours in a day, the systematic playing style.
What do they
now,
do
some
after
managers,
that?
when they come in, like Guardiola, stuff like that, they focus purely on the playing style. Fuck it, we'll figure the defence out. And that's why they was pretty ordinary in defence from that first year or so. Yeah. But they also had a squad mightily more deep than us, infinitely better. I mean, like when Guardiola took over, he still had Company, Silva, De Bruyne, Aguero. That's the basis of a very good team.
Sterling.
Yeah. So, I think it's just going to take that little bit longer. You know, the spine of our team, goalkeeper has only just committed himself to the club.
Yep.
Defenders only just come in.
Yep.
Realistically, you can't really call Lindelof a spine of anything. The central midfield defensive side is up in the air, and you're potentially looking at McTominay. I think McTominay's been okay this season, but I thought the one difference that I saw, at least from Pogba today, and he wasn't perfect or great in any stretch of the imagination today, but he moves the ball quicker. That's the issue with Scott McTominay. He doesn't do anything wrong. He doesn't actually put people under pressure with the movement of the ball. He takes a little too long to make something happen. Pogba, your marquee midfielder, don't fucking know if he... Well, I think we kind of do know if he wants to stay or go.
Yeah.
And by the looks of him asking for $600,000 a week...
I can't believe that.
Really? You know his agent's Mino Raiola, right?
I know, but even him, what did he just wake up and think of...
That's exactly what happened.
What number is too big?
Yeah.
And then double it.
Because here's what he goes. He goes, I want to move him on. I'm going to walk in there, slap a big fat price on the table. They're going to go fuck yourself. He goes, and I'll move my client.
All right, then. I'll fuck myself in Turin at Juventus.
So I think that might be what they've gone. And then strikers... Well, we're relying, like I said, on what's Tony Marshall left, 23? 22?
Yeah, 22 or 3.
Marcus in 21. Like, the spine of the team is non-existent.
No. Well, we've added one, like you said, one pillar to that, hopefully Maguire. So we've got De Gea, who, like I said, only just committed his future, but now has committed his future. We've got Maguire, who, has been excellent so far. Pogba, again, it seems like he's ready to leave whenever he can get his chance to leave. And after that, it sort of fades away. But I think, hopefully, You like to think they're trying to do that. They're trying to put pieces in place so that in 2 or 3 years we have that full spine set up. But how long is that going to take, and what's going to be the damage in the meantime?
Daniel Leeper in the comments says, that's bullshit. McTominay's passing's been as good as Pogba this season. What I think you really need to do, mate, is look at how he moves it through the thirds.
And just look at that pass.
He can knock it side to side, but there's no penetration to his passes.
No one in the squad has done a pass as good as the Rashford, the Pogba pass to Rashford for that goal. Who's that against? Chelsea.
Which one?
Chelsea? The chip ball over the top when we scored 2 goals in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
No one's put a pass in as good as that. The Pogba one.
Yeah. So lots and lots of issues. Not really any questions answered there tonight, I don't think.
No.
Not necessarily any more question marks come up, I don't think. I think we had...
No.
I think we kind of knew everything that we saw tonight. I think there was question marks over Wan-Bissaka when we dominate possession like we did tonight.
Yep.
Can he deliver in the final third? Well, that's his weakness.
Yeah, it is.
We know what he's like defending. Very good. Played one off the line. Phenomenal.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That.
But going forward, there's improvements been made. One of the comments there, would you take Rossi on a free transfer? I'd take anyone. People took the piss when I said I'd fucking take Danny Welbeck.
Yeah.
Something that's a little bit different. We need so much depth in attack.
Would you take Zlatan back in January? I keep putting this one forward because each game that goes by, the closer I am to saying yes to that.
Are you a no at the minute on that?
Well, no, I'm a yes now, but I started off as a no at the start of the season when it seemed as though we just beat Chelsea. It seemed as though we're on the right path. Now we've got no strikers, we can't score any goals. It's not like he's stopped scoring, obviously he's in the MLS, but he's still used to scoring.
A game?
Exactly, I would...
22 and 22 you got this year?
Just think of when Larson came in. I would have that similar kind of... Maybe just give him a 10-week contract just to get us through Christmas. I'd take that.
Yofam says 2 holding midfielders against Rochdale at home. What is Ollie doing? I mean, Fred and Pogba did not play as holding midfielders. They played as playmakers. So, but I know what you mean. I don't think you needed a double pivot there. I really don't. And I would have liked to have seen him a little bit further forward. Now, back to the Zlatan question, because I did want to answer this.
Yeah.
I'm reluctant to say yes for one reason alone. I think we're trying to start building a system. Whether or not we're being successful, we're definitely not. But I think we're trying to build a system that comes away from the Lukaku and the Fellaini and that style. And Zlatan is very much in that style.
Yes, definitely.
And if he comes in as the plan B striker, the off the bench, the 1 in 5 game striker, Zlatan's not going to accept that.
Does he want to do
Zlatan's
that?
going to walk in and go, back in the number 9 shirt,
Yeah.
Back
Tony,
up front.
Give me that shirt back.
Starting week in, week out, at 45 years of age.
Yeah.
And that's not progression.
Not happen.
So I'd be more likely to say, I mean, you're not getting him now because he's signed up, but Llorente, what the fuck, man? That was an absolute tap-in.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we get Llorente? Why couldn't we get a fucking championship striker?
Yeah, we just need numbers. We just don't have any players.
It's literally just numbers.
Just numbers.
Just
someone
numbers.
who's used to scoring, someone who's scored goals in their career, get him in on a free. You don't have to play him.
Clayton says, how mint would Mason look in a creative side? Of course, and that's the benefit of, like, Manchester City could have started him in a dozen games this season. He probably won't do double figures for goals.
Yeah, it might well be.
Because, he's that good. But and that's just what happens when you play in a side that's fucking struggling.
Yeah.
Ryan, is there a way to end the season early somehow, legally or illegally? We're looking into it because if Liverpool look like they're going to win the league, we're getting this shit voided. Don't worry about it. David the God says, could Axel realistically be a starter by Christmas or the end of the season? Yes, I think he could, realistically.
Yeah.
Gareth 97, with Llorente, Welbeck and Carroll all gone to their new clubs, who would you recommend for off the bench and games like this? Because they clearly fucking need someone. Tell you what, during the international break, should we do a 5 players to save United season? And we'll look into it because I need a bit of time to actually do a bit of scouting on that.
Yeah, because a lot of...
Give me should we set like a £20 million budget per player?
Yeah, for
January.
January.
Kind of realistic. Yeah, 20 January signings that could save our season. Something like that. It's quite a succinct title.
That'll be nice,
like that. Yeah, we go for that.
I mean, and I reckon the list, obviously we'll narrow it down, but there'll be a hell of a lot of players that would improve the team or we would have in the squad because, like I said, there's just no players.
Dimazar Berbatov might be on that list.
It still looks in good shape when we saw him.
I mean, he says he's retired. He's on the podcast Monday.
Oh, lovely.
He says he's retired now. I am going to ask him, has he retired because he wants to come and play for Stretford Paddock?
5-a-side.
If he laughs at me, it clearly means yes. Nambe says, could I explain to all the people panicking and freaking out that there is a style of play off and on the ball, especially what the style of play is when we have possession, because it was very evident, yet everyone seems to miss it. In fairness, it's not being executed to perfection, but at least there is a style. I think we're trying to implement a style of direct football. I think that breaks down without Pogba.
Yeah.
And I think that breaks down when you haven't got the fucking wingers that can play it today. But yeah, I think that is, yeah, you're right. I don't think the execution's there, but I think the planning is there. And I don't think Pereira executes it very well. Do you know how many times fucking Pereira marked himself today when Wan-Bissaka went down the wing with him?
He's not, like I said, his positioning is sort of almost. I don't like the term football intelligence because it puts too much sort of idea on the fact that you're thinking it's like a conscious thing, but I think sometimes his play is a little bit naive, and like I said, he just sort of puts himself in positions where he can't get the ball, and he's kind of, it makes himself a little bit useless on the pitch by accident, doesn't he? But in terms of the style of play that we're going with, I think we're in a position now where the confidence was so marginal and so frail after last season. The Chelsea result was brilliant, obviously, but that was just paper over the cracks of what 9 losses in 12 games. Yeah, and we're kind of back in that cycle of, like I said at the start, it's like Groundhog Day. We're seeing the same result, the same performance over and over again, repeated. They're not putting the style of play into practice the way it wants to, because they're all shit scared and they're all on bad form and they're all passing the ball, the wrong way and everything. It's just, it's a mixture of things all being put together that is just leading to what we're seeing at the minute.
Melv says, Chong was very poor today. Is he really only in and around the team because his pace couldn't seem to do anything effective when going forward? Now, when you look at the CV of Chong, you see back-to-back youth team, under 18 and reserve player of the year. You go, this kid must have been fucking flying. Didn't deserve either of them awards, in my opinion.
Go on.
But he didn't.
Well, why not?
Well, fucking quite clearly, Mason was the one at 18's level. Yeah. And I think the reserve player of the year one, I think it was Jimmy Garner. I would have gone for with that one. Or the other way around. I think it might be. It was even Mason for the reserve one and Jimmy Garner for the 18s one. But he shouldn't have won either of those awards. The problem is it's a public vote. Yeah. And a public go, I've seen that guy with a big hair.
Yeah. He scored a few goals. I've seen him on the highlights. You don't miss him.
I think he won both of those awards, either in 12 or 20 games total for them teams, which is ridiculous because Mason's played 40 odd and scored fucking 50 or something like that. Like, it's absolutely scandalous how he managed to win both of those awards. I think he won one of them in 6 games. Yeah. It's a fucking disgrace. Yeah. Chong's never really... I mean, he's a good player, right? And he's a good player at the standard of those academy matches, and he's looked good in the 19s, he's looked good in the 23s, and he's looked good in the 18s. But he's never had that,
wait till you see
Angel,
this kid.
Mason, and even Jimmy Garner, to be honest.
And who was the striker we let go this year?
Burkhardt.
No, before, no, I can't remember his name now. He was the one before that, the sort of 1 or 2 years older.
James Wilson.
No, I'll have to come back to that. I can't think of his name. He was injured, and then he got released this summer.
Bowie.
No. Anyway, he was very highly hyped. What's his name?
Not Will Keane.
No. Anyway, carry on.
Describe him.
Striker.
Thanks. Fucking I don't know.
Hospital pass there.
Yeah, big time. Yeah. Cheers for
that.
Chong... Not convinced on him. I'm going to be before we carry on, before we say another fucking word, there's 2,500 of you watching. I want a like on the video if you're fucking depressed and if you're probably not getting enough sleep. Okay?
Can I like it?
Yeah, do.
I will do.
Sean, the patience we showed to create the chances in the second half was a positive for me. Shifting the ball around and not panicking. How do we master this away from home? I don't know if it was patient or if it was a bit of a Van Gaal.
We don't know what else to do.
Well, there was no fucking penetration.
We can keep the ball, so we'll just do that.
Did we keep the ball, or did Rochdale let us have the ball and go, just let these dickheads pass themselves out of fucking shape? Like?
Yeah, either way. I mean, all right, it is a positive then. For the second time in, 2 or 3 games, maybe the West Ham game aside, I know obviously the Starner and Rochdale, so what I'd expect, but we did have 30 shots again. I think we had 20 plus shots.
We?
Yeah, I think it was 30 shots, 6 on target, and then a few of those shots that were...
24 shots off target. How many of them were outside the box hitting Hopers?
True, but then some of them was the Pogba header that should have gone in. That was an off-target shot. There was the Lingard one that should have gone in that was off-target. There was a few of them that were better chances than
Mason had one that just drifted wide.
Yeah, so we made a lot of chances again. It's just that quality in front of goal. I think it's easy to look at the results, and obviously we're sat here feeling shit and it all feels terrible. But we have made a lot of chances again. They only made...
Okay, I'm going to throw this at you.
Go on.
Yes, we made a lot of chances. We had a World Cup winner against a League One team.
I know, and that's why I can only defend it so much. But just trying to look for what small positives there might be.
Mate, if we didn't have 24 shots off target, like, you'd have been like, what the fuck are we doing?
Still not as many shots as Watford had against Arsenal, though, I suppose. Which is still just mental, isn't it? They have 30 shots against Arsenal.
That's not a positive for us.
Yeah, it kind of is. We're playing them at the weekend. We might get a few shots against them.
Matthew O'Reilly. Here we go. What is faster? A zebra with foot and mouth, a pigeon with one wing and anger issues,
Don't know why
a cat with piles, a ginger biscuit that wears sunglasses, a swimming pool full of pensioners, a turtle with no legs and 2 square wheels on the left-hand side, or Luke Shaw. I'm going to say the pigeon with one wing and anger.
Definitely a pigeon.
The anger issue is always going to ramp you up.
Speeds it up.
Yeah, big time.
Even if it's flying in a circle, it'll be fast as fuck.
Bingo. And more likely to overlap.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's only got one wing.
Yeah.
Hey.
Like United.
Max Hallett, as poor performance as that one was, how did I rate Brandon's senior debut and Tuan Zabi's first audition as a captain? Now, I always said Axel would be United captain one day. Didn't think it happened this season.
I know. What do you think to that? That was a bit
scouse.
It was a
little
little
sure on it.
It was a little bit of, here you go, fans, look at this. A bit.
You had Pogba on the pitch.
Yeah.
You had Lingard on the pitch. You had players on the pitch that should be taking that armband before him. Didn't feel right, that for me.
Yeah, it was a bit.
I liked it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I didn't. I also was kind of like, hang on, what's going on here?
Exactly.
Like a surprise finger in the Anyway, despite winning tonight, how do I think it affects the confidence around the club?
I don't know what.
Probably just fucking keeps that fucking choo-choo train going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Of like, shit's wild.
Just zero confidence. Stayed on zero confidence. I thought Romero was all right again, but there was really just very few. Going back to the thing comment, we said before, Brandon looked pretty good. Tuanzebe, I thought played well.
Probably my man of the match.
Yeah, and I was saying before on Stretford Paddock that I think one of the reasons he looks like he could be captain is he speaks so well as well. When you see interviews and stuff,
like from the first minute, he was bossing Jones around.
Yeah, exactly. He seems like a
marshalling the line for when to step up and do an offside trap and that.
He's intelligent and he seems to understand things in a way that not everyone does. So
and I also think that he might also follow you out to the car park and cut you.
Yeah, probably. But I want to be that.
Of course, you kind of want that, don't
Yeah.
you? You kind of want that. He might fucking murder me on the sly sort of thing, which is, coming on to the next question. A back three of Brandon, Rojo, Eric Bailly. How many cards are we getting? I think it's in FA Bylaw 12, Section 4. They're not allowed to play together.
They're not allowed.
Yeah,
no.
Not play together. Jabir says, what are United missing from the Fergie era to now on the pitch? Quality. It's clear we have a lot of talented players, but the driving intensity isn't quite there. It's just pure quality.
Yeah.
Like, I say this so many times. Fergie was shit, apparently, when he had Rio and Rooney and Ronaldo and Roy Keane and Paul Scholes and Ryan Giggs. We was losing to Portsmouth and we was fucking falling out of the cups, and just one or two players like an Alan Smith alongside Roy Keane in midfield, and you're not fucking creating chances.
Yeah, no.
Or it's just one little thing, just not quite right. It's very difficult to make a team sing on the same hymn sheet at the same time. Fergie managed to do like 3 great teams, really. I mean, you can argue 4, but really 3 great teams.
Yeah, certainly 3.
Certainly 3. And that's so fucking difficult to do. To be able to break a team down and rebuild it and keep winning
as you're winning the whole time. No one's ever been able to do that. That's the thing. We talk about like rebuilding squads, and everyone else has to. You win a title or two, you drop back.
For a bit,
You win a title or two. Chelsea have come the closest to doing it because they were kind of consistently winning one every 3 or 4 years. But to win one, every other year, if not 2 or 3 in a row for that amount of time,
we was like 4 points, like 4 points spread over like 5 seasons. Of not winning like fucking 7 Premier Leagues.
It was 3 points because we lost one by 3 points and lost one on goal difference.
I mean the 90s ones.
Oh right, okay, yeah. That was, what was it? It was 6, same just before he left.
Literally 2 goals.
Yeah,
it was literally 2 goals away from winning like 7 Premier Leagues on the bounce.
Yeah.
Now that's domination.
Yeah, and like I said, that is with a team with 3 or 4 players that people would consistently say weren't quite good enough. John O'Shea always used to get stick, like I said. Phil Neville, Alan Smith, even people like Ji Sung Park and stuff. At the time, didn't get the credit he deserved. But now you look, the whole team is those players with a couple of top players in it, rather than it being the other way around. You can't win anything like that.
I remember people used to say, "Fucking John O'Shea and Darren Fletcher's got pictures of Fergie shagging cats." Like, how else are they getting a fucking game? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, but I remember that clearly.
Yeah.
Wobble Gob Tosser was what Rio Ferdinand was called because he was shit.
Yeah.
Fucking give me a shit defender like that any day of the week.
God.
My days. Everybody, fucking Steve Bruce and Gary Pallister were called Dolly and Daisy, not as a fucking polite, in it. No, they were called that because they thought they were fucking Dumb and Dumber.
And Steve Bruce got 20 goals one year for Man United.
It's outrageous.
From centre-back. He's our top scorer. 20 goals.
Fucking nuts, isn't it? So I would say quality overall. And leadership and character. And that's, and put quality first.
But it's so clear that there's so many things. I mean, I hate using sort of such surmising kind of like flashy sentences, but like I would say this is the worst Man United squad I've ever seen in terms of player for player, the quality of the squad.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to be born just in '93, just the start of that domination. This is the worst United squad I've ever seen.
Well, I started going in 1990.
Yeah.
And realistically, I mean, this squad, maybe it's better because the expectations are just now higher.
Yeah, maybe.
Than that team in 1990, but it don't feel like it because back then, obviously, we still had Mark Hughes, we had Brian Robson, we had a young Ryan Giggs.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever happened to him. That Ryan Wilson fella.
Yeah.
Lewis says, do I think the lack of fitness and / constant injuries stems back to when Moyes completely fucked off our entire backroom staff in 2014? No. I don't think it does because there's 2 players from that era now. On the backroom staff in 2014 thing, he got rid of the Fergie assistants, not the entire backroom staff.
The kit man and you see some of those. I had a poster of the '99 team and then the 2000 team, and a lot of them are still there, or some of them are still there.
I'm kind of glad Moyes did though, because if it had still been Rennie and Mike Phelan, blah 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 blah, and Tony Strudwick and all of those guys, and Moyes would have done something, because they'd have been like, this is how it's done.
Yeah.
Well, then it's them, not him. And when they moved on, because he still always wanted to bring in fucking Lou Macara and what was it? Lou Carpenter.
Yeah.
From Neighbours. No, so you're too young for that, I bet, but fuck yous. When he wanted to bring in Steve Round with his clipboards and fucking all them clowns.
Lou Carpenter.
He'd have brought them in after 3 years rather than straight away.
Yeah.
But he'd have had a Premier League title under his belt. And you'd have all gone, no, Moyes will get it eventually. He's done it already. We know he can do it. And you'd have been deluded for 4 or 5 years rather than the fucking 9 months where he went, fucking hell, get rid of that then. He came in, tried to stand on his own feet, and we realised he weren't fucking good enough. And then we got rid of him.
Yeah.
We'd have been deluded into thinking that he actually knew what he was doing for a few years because of Mike Phelan and Rennie and all of those. So I'm glad he didn't.
No. And in terms of it being a fitness and injuries thing, don't you remember the sort of yearly centre-back crisis we used to have under Ferguson?
Yeah.
I remember
Neville out for 2 weeks for 7
Evra and Michael Carrick started at centre-back in one game. Like, every single year we'd have...
And Valencia when he was a winger.
Yeah, exactly. Every single year we'd have loads of injuries, especially at centre-back. It was like the joke was every winter we'd start with, midfielders playing at centre-back. So I don't think that's necessarily down to Moyes. And like you said, most of those players aren't there now anyway.
Have I seen the abuse chunks getting on Twitter from our own fans? No, I've not, but I'm not surprised. Sadly. It's fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
Any reason why Gomez didn't play? No idea.
Someone said to us that Solskjaer said he was injured. We haven't seen that, but that was just a comment that we got. But I haven't seen a confirmation of that. But you'd assume he would be injured to not even be in the squad, having featured pretty heavily so far.
Yeah. Lewis says that Red Bull keeping me awake. Do you know what? I made the mistake of having a single beer. And a single beer just needs cuddle mate and throw me in bed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm bollocks, then I'm not going to fucking make it home. Now I've probably fucked it though, because I'm having a Red Bull at this kind of time, so it's just go and lie and stare at the ceiling and have my tinnitus keep me awake for about 2 hours.
That'd be good.
Got a meeting early in the morning as well. Really looking forward to that.
Sleep in the office.
You fucking sleep in the office.
We'll wait when we get in.
Let's have a look what's going on
See what people are
in
saying.
the old commentos. See what y'all are saying. Like the video, you utter widges. Only 300 of you. Only 10% of you liking the video. What is all that about? Like the video. And Joel shows us what's on his Amazon wish list. I mean, he definitely won't, but
No, certainly not.
I might just tell you. How's Williams not starting over Young? Well, this is what I've been saying for weeks, isn't it? There's no way he's not better than him in training. None at all.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense, really, does it? I guess he just doesn't want to risk another position with an inexperienced player to get more stick and lose the head. I don't know. I can't even think.
If he's better, he's better.
Exactly. Well, I agree.
Any after-match dressing room celebrations and selfies from Lingard and co. What's that mean?
I think they're just trying to get annoyed at the idea of people celebrating a win against
This
Rochdale.
season is for the kids. Can't believe people are going in hard on Ollie. I think you got to listen and read between the lines when everybody's coming out and saying it's going to take time, it's going to take time, it's going to take time. He's not going to get sacked, and he's going to get time. And maybe that's what we need.
Yeah.
You know, what he's done in terms of, and this is a good question actually from Heron says, what are your expectations for this season given all that's happening? I haven't got a fucking clue what my expectations are.
Top four seems, I almost feel embarrassed.
I expect I'll delete Twitter at some fucking point this season if it keeps going like this.
Yeah, I don't know. This season it's just going to be, it's probably going to be Europa League again, isn't it? Let's be honest. Top four seems difficult. Luckily Tottenham have, I don't even know what Tottenham are doing. Chelsea seem to have maybe turned things around slightly. And Arsenal, again, inconsistent. But
it's going to be a battle of who's the least shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Spurs look like they might have dropped out of the top four race, which means potentially that's Chelsea's and Arsenal's to go. All you've got to do then is get above Arsenal. You might actually fucking squeeze into fourth.
Yeah.
Like, Wolves was the ones that was going to take that spot. No. Everton was the ones who was going to take that spot if Wolves didn't. Fucking no. So
Leicester looking good.
Is it us and Leicester? Well, we just fucking beat Leicester.
Yeah.
So maybe actually top four's not the craziest
not impossible,
shit.
is it? No.
Not impossible.
No. And like I said,
You just said not possible.
I meant to say not impossible. And like he said, that it's a year for the kids in terms of the transfers we've made. All have looked pretty good so far. If Solskjaer keeps having 3 good transfers a year, in 2 or 3 years, you've got, like we said, that spine of a really good team. It takes time, but you need consistently good transfers like Liverpool have had, like City have had, and eventually...
Hang on. Uncle Dubious, you two shitting all over a winning youth team.
Well,
I said I wasn't convinced with some of the performances. Is that really shitting all over someone? Or is that just fucking being honest, mate?
Yeah.
You won't see me unfairly shit on any of them. I'll just fucking talk fairly about them.
Yeah, and they're playing against a League One team, aren't they? And most of it...
that's the problem.
Yeah. It's not...
Look, I don't care if you're 17 or 18. Now, Brandon Williams coming on for 45 minutes. I'm sure his legs was like jelly for 15 of that.
Yeah.
I thought he put in a great performance.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I thought there's improvements to what Mason could do, but 2 from 2, can't argue. Chonga, like I said, I remain unconvinced by him at first team level. I don't think that's shitting on him at all, actually. Dan James, still think there's a lot of end product required. Who else have I shit on? Pereira said I thought he was poor. I thought his decision making was poor. Joe Wykes, I thought he was fucking poor. Who have I shit on, really? Fred, because I said I didn't think he was good. Not a fucking youth player. How about relax? Phil Jones, didn't really fucking feel like he was up to it. Look, Jesse, I didn't think he was very good tonight. The team clearly was not fucking very good because they couldn't beat a League One team at home. It's not shitting on them. It's being pretty fucking truthful, innit? You ball bag. Would I like to see Lindelof at holding midfielder? No. Fucking sick of people trying to move players out of position. No. Do you know what our fucking issue is? We don't have enough good players in the good positions.
Yeah.
Play people where they're fucking supposed to play.
If he's good somewhere, let him play there. Yeah, we ain't got enough people who are good in any position, so don't move them about when we found someone who's actually all right.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Look, he's decent on the ball, doesn't mean he can play midfield.
Yeah. If
anyone wants to come in and play that midfield, to be honest, Fosu Mensah would be the one that I wouldn't mind seeing given an opportunity when he gets back, because he's different to what we've kind of got. Bring back John Ashton, great in the 68 Cup final. Now runs a pet stall. Stall, not store. Stall.
Where?
It's at Glossop Market.
Oh, nice. I like that.
I got his phone number, actually.
Okay.
He was meant to come and do a podcast, but then he cancelled on me last minute.
That's a shame. Probably some
18-year-old
big moves in the pet world.
In the European Cup final. in a game that George Best and Bobby Charlton played.
That's Mason Greenwood, isn't it? That's amazing, really, isn't it, when you think about it?
The fuck is this? I just got a text here. Someone's asked Arsene Wenger if he'd like to manage United. Manchester United is a dream job for any coach. I have confidence, I have courage, and you're right, I have ideas.
That's not real, is it?
Fuck off.
How can that be real? Would you take him? But look at that when he can't get his hand in the pocket. That'd be funny. At least there'd be some funny things going on. Doing all this, can't get his hands in his pocket. He's got his lovely big coat on. You wouldn't like seeing that? Lovely accent, French accent. Get him all eating fun foods and stuff.
See the GQ photo shoot he did?
Sexy guy.
Looked fucking handsome as fuck.
Yeah, he did. He looks a bit like an old snake, though, doesn't he?
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, which, not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Yeah, I think we can maybe stay away from that.
Do you know what? Dan Smith put, we wore blue in 68. We did wear blue in 68, and I don't know why we wore blue in 68. Actually, I had the 68 scarf on. I don't want to put my coat.
What colour did Benfica wear?
White. I wonder if we was like, because we didn't have like Twitter back then, where we couldn't tweet and be like, hey, what colour are you wearing? Did we go, they'll wear red, we'll
They'll
wear
probably
blue.
wear red.
And then they turned
Just
up
so
in white,
polite.
and we was like,
For God's sake. Well, one of us has got to wear
but
white.
white was our away kit. So why the fuck did we wear blue? I might make that my mission to find out what the fuck.
Why they wore blue.
We wore blue for. Yeah. Fuck's sake. I'm getting rinsed off my own staff. Can't wait to sack him.
Yeah, it's going to be good, isn't it? It's going to be
Fuck me, it's
great.
gonna be well for
Give him a
that
guard of
sacking.
honour
Yeah.
on the way out.
Get out, you dick. Anyway, how are Chelsea doing so well, but in a similar position? How are they doing so well? What do you mean
It's just
doing
because
well?
they're scoring loads of goals. That's why it seems like they're doing well, doesn't it? They've got twice as many goals as United have.
Bring back Moisey. I'm going to try and get Moise for a podcast. I don't think I'm going to get him, but I am going to ask.
That would be really good. That would be really
I am
interesting.
going to
There'd be
ask. I am
so
going to
much
ask him. So
So many
that's
questions
what I'm
for
going to
that.
do because I believe he lives in Preston. So
Does he?
I'm going to ask.
He'd be a great interview, he would.
If he's honest, yeah, if he goes for it.
At some point, imagine in 10, 15 years when Woodward brings his autobiography out, it's going to be insane, isn't it? Woodward and Judge, the final line. And it's just like they bring it out together and it's loads of pictures of them like in the garden on the swing set, cooking a little barbecue together, slagging off the Glazers and that. There's going to be some great stories come out about this period of Man United in 10, 15 years. I bet some absolute mental stuff's gone on. Get Moyes on.
Jacob says, we had to wear blue because they only had white shorts in both their kits. Why don't we just wear blue shorts then?
Yeah, but red shirt, blue shorts. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
That's something like Barcelona have wore.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Sort of. Makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
So why didn't they wear their red kit then? Why didn't they wear their home kit at least? Red top, white shorts. That don't clash with blue, does it? Although it's a bit of a maroony kind of top Benfica, but I don't know.
I don't think it was. That Portugal's maroon,
Yeah.
Benfica's like
Quite red.
United, yeah.
No,
And I'm sure back then there wasn't a big vast array of colours.
No.
He was like, "What colour do you want? Red."
It probably just
There's
was
red.
a United kit.
Yeah.
Just the same kit.
Because it was like round. Oh,
Round
what's
neck.
yours? Oh, ours is red with a white round neck on it.
Yeah.
So's ours.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's no badges on them. So
No.
yeah, long sleeve, obviously.
No names on them.
Yeah. Is it a side dish? What the fuck are we on about here now?
I think there must be some in-chat conversations going on there.
Yeah, probably is. Elon Musk's a United fan. Do we have confirmation of that? I will go. So he must live in California.
Imagine how many players we'd have with like robotic arms and stuff.
Oh.
Imagine how fast he'd be. The first player on wheels. He's got wheels and a magnet that sticks the ball to it.
Sophie Rose is Howson's dream girl. Don't fucking think so, brother.
I don't know who that is.
I'll show you in a bit.
Okay.
Absolutely not, by the way. And what are you lot doing in there?
I think there's a grit cleaner coming outside. Sounds like it's coming through
sounds
the
like it's in
window.
a fucking office.
Yeah, it does.
Right, do you know what? On that note,
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking leave. And I'm going to go home and stare at my ceiling for a bit. But go check out Joe and Paddock.
Yeah.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I'm working here.
And what videos are you going to create?
We think we might be doing another little quiz video because
I don't think you are.
why? What are we doing?
Well, we got Opta coming around tomorrow.
Lovely.
Has he just wrote United as shit?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Definitely getting sacked. Hit subscribe. I've got Berbatov coming Monday. That's a bit of a Brucey bonus for us.
Yeah, that'd be
And
great.
who else we got next week? Oliver Kay. Do you know what? You might have absolute podcast overload next week because we should have Oliver Kay, we should have Cheek Sport Joel, and we should have Berbatov. And I'm sure there was someone else. We did have Sam Homewood, but he absolutely phoned it in on us. That was meant to be tomorrow. But yeah. So anyway, subscribe. Hit the like button if you're depressed. And fucking tweet me because I'll be awake in about 3 hours. See you in a bit. Laters.